So these are the Logitech upgrades that would take over sim racing. I'm here with Sam, professional karter. Logitech equipment. This is the wheel from the G Pro, the direct drive top of the range. And this is a G923, which sits at the entry range from Logitech, both True Force enabled, but very different. We're going to get into that in this video. We're going to let you know about the killer upgrades that Logitech, I mean, they're in the perfect place, I think, to move into this vacuum sort of Fanatec at the moment, a bit of an uncertain question. Moser obviously doesn't really have a good constant experience at the moment, or they've just released their first Xbox wheel in the R3. But what are the big issues with Logitech? By the way, this is unsponsored. This wheel I won in a competition. This one was given to me by Logitech, but it's an unsponsored video just saying what we think. What do you like about it, first of all, in terms of what they're offering, and what do we want to see improved?
I mean, to start off with this one here, because it's in my hands, I like on this one that it is sturdy. Like, there's confidence this is not going to break. Like, I'm not going to bend this rim at all. The button placement, yes, granted, is for PlayStation. Yep, PlayStation. Everything is all in a easy to reach position. Even the dials, easy to reach everywhere. It seems like a very well thought out rim, like the button position.
It's an evolution of what they've done for years and years and years and years and years. G29, G923. I mean, I've used this wheel probably over 1,000 hours on my PlayStation over the last couple of years. Just some points that you might not know. The only button that I've had an issue with now is a circle one. It does stick from time to time, and that's because I've been using it as my overtake button in GT. So you can see there, it's just stuck now.
Yeah.
So, and that's why I'm using a different button now. But otherwise, it doesn't really look like it's been used. And this is the wheel that you see me using on stream and in my videos on Gran Turismo, on ACC, on PlayStation. This is that rim. And honestly, you could sell it, I would hope. There's a little bit of scuff marking here, but it comes off. You could sell it pretty much for brand new.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like your Fanatec rim where it's actually worn through.
Paint and stuff, yeah. I mean, so this is genuinely, build quality wise, I know this was provided to me by Logitech, but it has not put a foot wrong, apart from just this little sticky button here. And I'm using all of them all the time. Let's move on to the G923. This is entry level. You can see that the same design cues. It's not quite as sophisticated, intricate, I would say. Like, this dial here is not quite as smooth as this one. It's bigger as well, and I don't think it's bigger in a better way. The buttons as well seem to have like more. Of these buttons here. They have quite a lot of travel, whereas these ones are.
They're also quite exposed. Like, there's a lot of side to side movement in them where there probably shouldn't be.
Whereas here you just go in and out. I always like the Xbox ABXY. That's just me. That's a nice little touch here, officially licensed. The D-pad, it's not particularly great, but it is a D-pad. And then the finish is actually not super bad. I mean, I think it's controversial because it's not real leather, as far as I understand.
Pleather.
It's pleather. And you can see here the way it's sort of stitched is, I think, designed to look like it's sagging like real leather would sort of sag a little bit. But to me, it's not. But it is quite a nice, it looks really nice. And I've used this G923. I mean, I won a competition to win it. And it's quite nice. They've done that. It's smaller, I believe.
Yeah, it looks like a smaller rim.
Than the G Pro. And the G Pro is quite a nice size. And it has to be, because these are the upgrades that we want Logitech to do. They need to bring out a Formula rim.
100%.
They need to bring out a GT3 rim. Like, that needs to happen.
I mean, they're already 100% agree with you. They're already there with the quick release. Yeah. So they've now incorporated.
But quick release onto what? Because there's only one rim available.
Yes.
So you can't. I've quick released it off. That's great. But normally this would have been on for 2 years.
Yeah. It'd be like this.
Yeah. So the quick release has actually barely been used, but it is a really, really good quick release. It's got the pins in there. Yeah. Which are shorter than the Fanatec ones. It's very solid. You put it in clunk, and there's as far as I can tell, there's no giving it. The shifters are nice.
It's nice that it's got the 4 paddles.
Yeah, you've got the clutch pad as well that, to be honest, I don't really use, but you've got the clutch paddles there. That'll be a miss if it didn't have it. At least you're not going to be missing it. But they need to bring this out in GT3. Now, we've been talking about Moser recently, and Moser's entry-level wheel, which is the CS wheel, comes in about £120. By the way, I have a discount code for Logitech. I think it's Kireth, and if you go to logi.gg/Kireth, you do get money off Logitech items, so that will also probably give me a commission as well. But feel free to check that out if you're looking for Logitech equipment. You save yourself some money and help me out as well. But we looked at the Moser, and the Moser you can remove with 3 bolts the entire rim, and you can change it for either something Moser provide, like a GT rim, or something that you could probably print yourself. That would be a lifesaver here. Now, I think you have modded your G29 in the past in terms of how was that to do? Because I don't think it's super easy.
That wasn't easy. It was a lot more complicated. When I committed to doing it, I kind of regretted doing it afterwards. It looked cool because I had a 3D printer.
The cabling's difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, they've got that ribbon cable in the back and you've got to unplug it just so you can separate it all. Absolute nightmare to do.
So it's designed to not be replaceable.
Yes.
There are the G29 and G923 are so successful. There are so many of them in sim racing that these companies have sprung up to offer it as a service, despite how difficult it is, which I find really interesting.
MVH, they do it. They're one of the people who do it, and they are really great wheels. Like for a beginner, for what Logitech is aiming at, for your entry level stuff, they are great. They've got everything. It just needs that little bit of spice just to make it a little bit different. I was looking at this earlier while you were talking. It really, you kind of almost think you can take this apart like the Moser wheel because you can see it's separated there, but you're never going to get it past this button.
Ah, yeah, it's designed so because that, if you see it here, because the gap is smaller than that.
Because I was thinking, oh, that's something they might bring out, different faceplate like the Moser, but then I looked at this button and I was like, that's not going to work.
It might be the same for some of the other buttons. It might be a smaller.
This looks like it separates from this bit.
Yeah. But yeah, I would love to see Logitech kind of offer that to allow us and that and the natural ecosystem to do it. Maybe I would design one and 3D print it. Oh, you got a 3D printer?
I did, I broke it.
Okay, well, there goes our business.
A screen would be nice on the wheel.
Screen's a good one. So we know Moser now offering screens.
Yep.
Logitech, yeah. No.
But will that take it out of their target audience?
Actually, the place where Logitech are the worst in sim racing is screens, because even Fanatec have little displays. These don't have anything. But my G Pro base does have a LCD display that shows me the torque, the sort of peak load, and also the inputs, which is really, really helpful, like the inputs, how long the pedal's going and stuff like that. So yeah, they've moved it sort of onto the wheelbase a little bit. But yeah, a screen here would be absolutely great. Yeah. So we've got the quick release, but nothing to quick release onto. The interesting thing is that Logitech have made moves into having an ecosystem. There is a hub you can get where you can connect like Logitech G923 pedals, but then you can put the G Pro direct drive base in or vice versa. So you can sort of incrementally upgrade your setup. So they are looking into it, and I don't know if they're waiting for the right partner or something. Let's say Logitech G, and I have no information on this, let's say they come out with a Formula wheel or a GT wheel for both the G Pro, and let's say they release a new one of these that is a bit more upgradable. What do you think that does to the sim racing space when you've got Fanatec, Moser, you know, all these other brands as well?
I think it really will start challenging the Fanatec users, because it's obviously going to up the price of the Logitech stuff, and it will be putting it in the sort of range of the Fanatec. This stuff here is all quality, like all the buttons, as you said, you've used that for thousands of hours. All the buttons apart from one, which to be fair, it could just could do with like like the air compressor spray, and it might be fine. I think it would, if they put a screen in there, start bringing out different shaped wheels, it will really affect Fanatec more than anyone else.
And the funny thing is, we've seen Thrustmaster, we've used the T818 direct drive wheelbase and the 488, so they are starting to come out, because you can get the Ferrari SF1000 wheel on that has a screen as well, actually, on Thrustmaster, I believe, if I remember. I'm not sure, but Thrustmaster basically making waves there as well. I think the Thrustmaster pricing is pretty similar actually to the G Pro style. G Pro, you get low cell pads as well. But I think that's the key thing. We want to see more Formula, more GT3 from Logitech. The most important thing is let us know in the comments what you want to see from Logitech in sim racing. They're one of the biggest companies in sim racing. I think maybe don't get the sort of recognition they deserve or merit, maybe because
I think they've probably brought more people into sim racing than any other brand out there. Most people would have had a Logitech rim wheelbase like this, clamped onto whatever they've used as their first wheelbase.
So we'll see. Let us know what you want to see. If you do want to buy a Logitech product, make sure you look at all the reviews and make your own decision. But if you want to help me out, there will be a discount code for you in the comments that would help you out as well. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.